everybody, it's IntuitiveEdge. Once again, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. Let's take a look at our month ahead for November. I tuned in a little bit intuitively to see what's taking place and what we might be seeing in the days ahead. So I'll read from you from my notes, and then maybe we'll get into the cards and take a look further. So the first thing I saw when I tuned in intuitively coming up is fighter jets. It was like looking in the inside of a cockpit of a jet fighter. I think it's United States, and I was seeing a partial headline. I think there may be an escalation with the tensions in the Middle East, and I think the United States might be lending some air support, possibly. That may already be occurring, but I was seeing that as a strong possibility in November. And I do see a headline of Israel and Syria, perhaps an escalation of tensions or war. And there will be calls for ceasefire. Now, this has been going on, but I see this again. There will be possibly renewed calls for a ceasefire. However, tensions will rise, and for those that have decided to pick a side, that is going to escalate, and there's going to be even more rivalry between sides. There was something about Bibi Netanyahu, and I'm getting something weird, like a coup or some type of forced something. I don't know if he's gonna go into exile or hiding or something. I also feel like something does not go as planned, and I'm thinking this could be like for the deep state bad actors. Like there's a piece involving Benjamin Netanyahu that is not, it doesn't go as planned. Like it doesn't fit their narrative or go the way they want. And then I heard turn of events. And then I was drawn up north, and I'm thinking either Norway or Sweden. Somebody over there, they're going to be withdrawing support. And it's going to be make the news. Anyway, withdrawing support, and maybe that's already happening too. I don't know, but I just saw that as a possibility in November. And then I heard something about the Baltic Sea, like some sort of chaos there. And I'm getting for November, there's a big word that starts with a D, and it's like D. So anyway, I could see a word, like a partial headline, like a news headline, and it has a long word that starts with D, and I couldn't quite see the word. I could picture it in my mind's eye, like a D-E, and then a really long word after that. And it's gonna, I don't know if it's a new word or a new term or combining a new term together, but there could be something like that coming out of this chaos in the Middle East and this war that's going on. And then I was drawn back again to the picture of the fighter jet. So I think that's going to be a big deal. And then I heard, meanwhile, while everyone is focused on the Middle East, I'm getting that China is going to be positioning itself and maneuvering to have a more solid footing. And it could be with the BRICS thing going on, but also positioning possibly with an eye on Taiwan. But I think they're wanting to get themselves in a more stable footing. And it's not something that is hidden necessarily, but the chaos in the Middle East is going to be, that's where the world attention is going to be focused. So China is just going to be over here doing its own little thing, and with relatively little notice or objection because everyone's attention is going to be elsewhere. Those are the big things that I saw for November. I got a new little friend here. This is Angel, and I think she's going to try to get into, well, nope, just her tail. All right, let's get into the cards and see what we have. Okay, for the United States, first card out is the Ten of Swords, which is a card of endings. And it's crossed by a Knight of Wands. This is a card of taking action, and I always think my Knights are messengers, and they tell that there is something to this ending that we need to know more about. And Knights usually let us know there's more to the story, and those pieces will be forthcoming hopefully this month, but we'll know more as the month goes on. Usually with Knights, there's more to the puzzle, and we don't have all the pieces yet. So we have the Queen of Swords up top. This is somebody who gets to the bottom of things and is very forthright. She seeks justice, and she may be dealing with an ending, whatever this ending is. What's led up to this is kind of a sad having to move on. The Six of Swords is about a change in direction or needing to move on. We have the moon fading into the background. So this tells me that we've had some moon energy over things in the recent past. And the moon brings in a lot of disinformation. It can be veiled secrets, things hidden. So difficult energy on that. It's moving in the past, but I think that's what we've been going through, is a lot of misinformation, disinformation about what's happening in the world with the United States involvement in things. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles on the future. Four of Pentacles on the future. That's holding on. That's wanting to hang on. And I think there's some secrets that are coming out, being exposed. There's an ending that has some exposure on it. So moving on into world predictions for November. Let's take a look at the cards and look at what's going to be in the news. And you know what? I'm kind of thinking I want to change decks. So I grab my other deck here. We'll use my ocean deck on this one. So world predictions in the news. What's going to be in the news on the world scale? What's hidden that we don't see? And the lesson that we are collectively learning in November, what is the hope? What gives us hope? What do we need to know? And what is the outcome? Okay, those are my questions. Asking for the right and perfect cards to follow in the right and perfect order according to the highest and best. Let's see what we got here. She's laying on my bag over there. All right. In the news, Three of Pentacles. That's planning, strategizing, putting things together. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of that, especially with the escalation and tensions and things happening in that realm. But what's really interesting is this next card, and this is on the position of what's hidden. And we have the Angel of the Ocean, and her message is healing. And that's what's hidden from view. I find that very fascinating. We could be seeing some humanitarian efforts. A lot of that probably going on, maybe hidden from view. What is the lesson? We have the Eight of Cups. This is a card of sad change, having to move on. It's dealing with loss, honestly. Dealing with loss. That's what the world lesson is for November, is dealing with loss and how to move on. The Hope is the World card. Regeneration, rebuilding. The Four of Cups is what we need to know, and that is a card of refusal, and especially refusing offers that come through. And I'm wondering if there could be escalation because sides and factions and sides are refusing peace deals, refusing treaties, refusing to sign, just escalating. That's what I'm getting. And the outcome for this month is conflict cards. So I do think for November, it's going to just be a lot of unrest and perhaps even more. But that's really nice to see that healing card coming in on what's hidden from view. Because there could be a lot of that. Humanitarian rescue efforts. Things that are just not going to be known about maybe until after all of this is done. So that's all I have for this. Thanks for bearing with me. It'll be kind of a tough month for some, but I hope that each of you, anybody watching this, that you have a blessed month, and take care, everyone. And we'll see you next time.